say the Minnesota Timberwolves star was out of bounds after last night's playoff loss.
Bad things after bad things after bad things just happens to her then.
He's been charged with a third-degree misdemeanor assault for the chair coming in contact with two working security people. It's like there is no intent to injure, but just out of frustration.
You would think that it can't get worse for the Minnesota Timberwolves, right? I mean, it's been a very tough year, and at this point, their season's already over, right? Wrong. I mean, this is probably one of the worst things that could have happened to them. We're going to cover everything, and before we get to the content, I'm going to start doing cash giveaways for all of my followers that turn on my notifications on Instagram. We're going to announce the first giveaway winners when we get to 100K followers on Instagram. And now that we get all that out of the way, cue the intro. My wrist used to kill me every single time I had to take my janky ass keys out of my pocket and unlock my front door. But now with the Ridge key case, my life is so much easier. You could easily take one key out at a time whenever you need to open up your door. I love Ridge's products, man. I mean, especially their Ridge wallet, which has over 50,000 5-star reviews for a reason. It comes with RFID blocking technology, so you can ensure that nobody steals your digital identity, and it's significantly less bulkier than this thing, which makes you a prime target to get robbed, man. I mean, just look at the difference. Ridge is so confident that you're gonna love the Ridge wallet and the Ridge key case that they're willing to let you try it for 99 days for free. And if you don't like it, you can send it back for a full refund. And they're hooking up my subscribers fat. Right now, when you go to ridge.com/flight and use my unique code FLIGHT, you'll save 10% off of your Ridge products. And thank you, Ridge, for the sponsor. Mic check 1 2 1 2. What's going on, everybody? It's been a tough year for the Minnesota Timberwolves. I mean, they went all in on trying to build the best core possible around Anthony Edwards and Karl Anthony Towns. And throughout the season, they did everything they possibly could to try to salvage their horrible investment from last year. For those of you guys that don't know, the Minnesota Timberwolves decided to make the most out of Anthony Edwards' rookie scale contract, a situation that is relatively uncommon. Rarely do you see players that are rookies blossom as quickly as Anthony Edwards did. And to make sure that they can make the most out of this situation, they decided to go all in and trade for Rudy Gobert. All they had to do to get him is give up Malik Beasley, Patrick Beverley, Leandro Bolmaro, Walker Kessler, Jared Vanderbilt, 4 first-round picks, and a 2026 pick swap. The trade was a disaster. It didn't work out. It was such a disaster that in the middle of the season, the Minnesota Timberwolves decided that in an effort to try to salvage Rudy Gobert, they would go ahead and trade their young point guard, who is in the midst of a career year for himself in D'Angelo Russell, and bring in Mike Conley Jr. And although I understand that D'Angelo Russell probably wouldn't re-sign with the Minnesota Timberwolves, you have to admit on paper that did not look like a good idea. The trade was so bad that Anthony Edwards quite literally liked a comment that said that the Rudy Gobert trade was one of the worst trades in NBA history. No, quite literally, look at it, it's on Instagram. But through it all, I have to admit that the Minnesota Timberwolves tried to make it work. Yeah, who cares that it got so bad that Rudy Gobert punched Kyle Anderson in the chest during one of the most important games of the season? It's all water under the bridge. Look at what Kyle Anderson said about it.
You know, tempers flare, you know, you're in the middle of the game, a game we want to win, a huge one. It is what it is, man. Happened. It's not the first time something like that has happened.
They were focused and locked in on trying to make it into the playoffs, and to their credit, they made it into the playoffs, but they had to face off against the best team in the West, Denver Nuggets. And unfortunately for the Minnesota Timberwolves, they wouldn't be able to pull off the upset here, and the Denver Nuggets would end up closing the series on Tuesday via a gentleman's sweep. Okay, Mike, well, thank you for the overview. What's the significance of this? How did this get even worse? Well, this is something you may have missed, and this is something that's quite shocking, and in my opinion, I definitely think this could be a bit of a money grab. Okay, I think a bit is an understatement. For those of you guys that don't know, according to Denver PD, Anthony Edwards is being cited for third-degree assault. Now, you might be wondering why he's being cited for third-degree assault, and don't worry, we're gonna show you the video of what it is in just a second. Let's get the official report first. So, Minnesota Timberwolves guard Anthony Edwards was cited for third-degree assault on Tuesday night after he allegedly swung a chair that struck two female employees following the team's series-ending loss to the Denver Nuggets in Game 5 at Ball Arena, the Denver Police Department said. I want you guys to remember that. He allegedly swung a chair that struck 2 female employees following the team's series-ending loss. So that's what he's being accused of. We have it on video. Make sure you keep an eye on that when I show you the clip. The incident occurred as Edwards headed towards the Wolves locker room after the loss and swung a folding chair, injuring the employees, according to Denver police. The injuries were not serious, Denver police spokesman Jay Casillas said. Now, the Minnesota Timberwolves even responded to this, saying, "We are aware of the alleged incident regarding Anthony Edwards following Game 5 in Denver and are in the process of gathering more information," the Wolves said in a statement released Wednesday night. "We have no further comment at this time." So, Anthony Edwards does have a June 9th court date in Denver because of this, and this is classified as a Class 1 misdemeanor in the state of Colorado. If convicted, Edwards faces possible jail time and a fine of up to $1,000. We're going to show you the video first, and then we're going to define what third-degree assault is and compare it to the other forms of assault. And we have multiple angles of this incident. So the first clip is the one that you saw nationally, the moment the Minnesota Timberwolves lost to the Denver Nuggets and had their season ended. And it happens really quickly. I mean, so quickly that you probably need to slow this down a little bit in order to get a true idea of what happens. But as you can see here, Anthony Edwards grabs a chair and kind of hits this woman in the back of the head and just runs off. So I don't necessarily know if this was done intentionally. And at the same time, it is pretty difficult to see. My other thing is, where's the second woman? Does anyone see the second lady that was allegedly involved in this? That's what I'm curious about. Luckily for us, we actually do have a second angle of this entire incident, and it does provide a little bit more clarity as to what happened, but I don't know if it is as much. Maybe you could spot something that I don't. So check this out. Anthony Edwards comes running out, and you can see here he does actually grab a chair that is a folding chair that is just chilling right over there. So I don't necessarily know if that folding chair was meant for somebody in particular or someone special, or if there's any motive for picking up the chair, or if he was just energetic and just wanted to pick up something and dance with it and do a 360. I don't know. He's a fairly athletic guy, and he's a fairly eccentric guy, I gotta admit. But regardless, you could tell right here he's picking up the chair, and then he picks it up and then spins, and it looks like he's spinning with one hand here, and then his other hand comes here to grab it, and it's still unfolded at this point. You can see the blonde woman right over here, unsuspecting, who is, I guess, allegedly an employee, and then she gets hit by a specific part. It looks like she gets hit by the back leg of the chair from this particular angle, but maybe I'm not interpreting it properly. And I don't see another woman. Maybe you guys do. Oh, maybe it's this person. No, it's not a woman. It's a bald dude. So I don't see another woman anywhere. The other, oh, here she is. Okay, this is it. Here she is. Oh my God. Are you kidding me? That's the other woman that is, oh my God. That's the other woman that's reporting this? Oh my God. I've watched this clip like 50 times, and this is like the first time I actually acknowledge this woman, because that was the point where he dropped the chair off on the ground. Are you serious? Okay, first things first, let's classify what third degree assault is, okay? Third degree assault versus second degree assault. So third degree assault involves bodily injury and no weapons, as opposed to second degree assault, which falls in the middle, which sometimes includes serious bodily injury or a deadly weapon, but not a combination of the two elements. And first degree assault is the worst type of assault. It's the most serious charge of the three and is charged as the highest level of felony. The second degree assault is also a felony, and third degree assault is the least severe of the 3 degrees and is a misdemeanor crime. If you really want to be a Karen about this, you could classify this as third degree assault, but really? The woman looked fine. The woman looked like there was a scratch, a light little grazing upon her, and then she was able to continue forward. Getting cited for third degree assault like this is legitimately insane. I can't believe that this is even a thing. So now Anthony Edwards is gonna have to go through this whole process of showing up to court or potentially attempting to settle with this woman. But I'm sure if he shows up to court, the judge will look at the video, kind of do a double take, maybe give a blank face or a blank stare to the woman, kind of like a really, and clearly know what's going on here. Anthony Edwards makes a significant amount of money. He's on a rookie contract, but he was the first pick in the 2020 NBA draft. He makes $11 million a year annually, pretty much. 4 years, $44 million. So I suppose this woman thinks it's her opportunity to shine, maybe try to settle with Anthony Edwards in the event that Anthony Edwards actually might go to jail for this. But the fact that he could go to jail for this is insane to me. And the fact that this is even a situation is insane to me. So let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about all this, man. Aside from that, I'm your boy Mike. I'm dropping our mic until our next upload.